from there to Ottawa East.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Main Street in Ottawa East.
Oh.
And again, Charlotte and Bill were living with them. And they lived there for, I guess, quite a little while. And then the next move from there I know quite well. They moved from there to Catherine Street,
Okay.
on the corner of Catherine and Percy.
Okay.
Right, not too far from where the Canada Bread was then, you know.
Hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, and we lived there until they went to Cambridge Street.
Oh, is that right? Wow.
And those days the people moved a lot.
Yeah. Well, they
I don't
did.
know why.
That was before the Depression. Then the Depression.
Oh yeah, the Depression was until we were on Cambridge Street when the Depression was. So that was in the early 30s.
Hmm. What was life like then? How many
There-
how many were living in the house? So there was you, your mom and dad.
Yeah, there's Mom and Dad. Well, Edgar, you know, it's a funny thing. I don't know where Edgar must have been born on. Edgar must have been born on Catherine Street. No, Edgar must have been born on Gladstone Avenue too. See, maybe it's longer than I think. Phyllis was born there, so I guess Edgar was born there also.
Where is Edgar in the list of?
Yeah, is Edgar younger or older? There's not much difference between them. Wish I had known this was going to be the question.
Edgar was born in 1920.
Yeah, and when was Phyllis
Oh, yeah.
born?
Phyllis was born in 1921.
21. Okay then.
So Edgar was his
Edgar
second.
was born, I guess, on Gladstone Avenue too, and then it's Phyllis that I can remember Percy and I getting into trouble with.
So then, when Grandma and Grandpa moved to Cambridge Street, everybody was there.
Everybody was there, yeah.
All the whole family.
The whole
Including
family was
Charlotte and
No,
Bill?
no, they went on their own then.
They were on their own
Okay.
this time.
But there was Mom and Dad, and there was, well, oh gosh, yes, there was Lillian
Mm-hmm.
and Willie
You and Percy.
and Percy.
Will,
and
who do you
myself.
call him? Oh, Lily. Lillian?
No, Willie.
Willie. Oh,
Willie.
right.
Willie.
We always called him Willie.
William John.
Mm-hmm.
I have.
Yeah.
So there was Charlotte, William, Lillian, Percy, Sadie, Phyllis, Marjorie, and Keith.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's a record of two.
No, Keith was born on Cambridge Street.
Oh, on Cambridge Street.
Yeah,
He was later in the 20s. wasn't he,
Yes.
not?
26.
26, yeah.
26.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have a record of two babies that passed away. John. And
Oh, yeah, that was early in their marriage, John and Margaret.
Margaret Maud. Yeah.
I think they were, I guess they were, I think Charlotte was the first.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they had their children quick, you know, in
Yeah.
those times, you see.
Yeah.
And so I don't think there was too much time between those two, but
Oh, I see.
Margaret lived about 3 years, was it? I
Yes.
said, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right.
And I don't know about Johnny. I think Johnny was only a baby,
Yeah, he was just a few months old.
just a baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I found that Marianne
Okay.
and I went when I first started doing this research. I said, "Well, it says I found the record someplace. Where did I find it? That there was we went to Toronto to the Ontario Archives, and I was looking for your grandfather's death. So I found it, and I found these other two, John Lang and Margaret Maud Lang, and somehow I tracked them down to Beechwood. This is John here.
John?
And I tracked them down to Beechwood Cemetery. So we went out to Beechwood Cemetery, and I talked to the girl in the office, and I said, I'm trying to find these two people. And she said, well, they're in section, whatever it is, 21 or 22, section H. So we went out and we're wandering around looking for this Lang tombstone. Nowhere to be found. Lang, there's no Langs. Meanwhile, we're walking by, and there's this monument about this high. It says McCorkle on it.
Yeah.
Never made the connection, right?
No.
So I'm looking around. I said, it's not here. So I go back and tell the lady. She goes, it has to be right here. It's right on the edge of the road. So we go back, and sure enough, I'm staring at the McCorkle thing, and I went, well, that's my grandmother's name.
Was
so
that Beechwood?
That's a Beechwood, yeah.
A
So
lots.
it lists a whole length. Now, John and Margaret Maud, the names are not on the tombstone. So all it is McCorkle's on the tombstone. So I couldn't figure that out. And then later on, I discovered that your mom and dad are buried at Pinecrest. So finally, when I got to talk to Lois Illingworth again, I said, how come Grandma and Grandpa are buried at Pinecrest, but the two babies are buried at Beechwood? And she said that your grandmother, McCorkle, had the plot at Beechwood. So when the babies died, of course, your mom and dad didn't have a plot anywhere.
No.
So they buried them in the
That's
McCorkle
what they would
plot.
do, if there's a space available, and, yeah.
That's right. And that's how come I think your mom and dad ended up at Pinecrest, because I think Charlotte had a plot out there when your dad passed away. So I think that's the story I got from Lois. I'm not positive. I have so many stories swimming in my head now.
I think that's right. I think Sis had more than enough space, and she sold Mom
Right.
enough for
double
her
plot,
and
right.
Dad and Marjorie.
Right,
Enough
because-
for 3 plots, say, and
Yep.
that was at Pinecrest. Yeah.
That's right. Yep.
Margie will go there, and Dad and Mom
Yep.
is
Mhm.
is there. Yeah, that's right there.
Okay.
But that went through Sis and Mom. You see a transaction that did a
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Granny bought them from Aunt Sis.
yeah.